Welcome back to Reservation Mathematics Institute. In our video today, we'll briefly look into the continuation of our study on algebraic processes. Algebraic processes. We are looking into expression. In the last video, we dealt with the continuation of terms using the kilograms of chicken and subsequent videos about that. And in this video, we quickly want to look into the word expression and how it has to do with mathematics. Expression can be defined as a combination of like terms and unlike terms. Expression can be defined as the combination of like terms and unlike terms. We have said in the video that a term could be a single entity or multiple entities in the same entity. And into this video, we have to look into like terms. Another word, unlike terms. Like terms are terms that are the same entity. Let's assume we have a term which is A. That's a single entity. Multiple entity of this has to be of A. This is a multiple entity of a term. And also, when we have A plus 4A, this is the combination of terms with the separator positive. So this expression now we can easily add some words to the definition. Expression can be defined as the combination of like terms and unlike terms using operators as separators. We are talking about operators and separators. What are the operators that are used in an expression? Operators in expression has to do with positive and negative. Because these two act on the expression, it acts on the terms to cause a combination that changes the whole terms to an expression. So let's take, for example, we have a like term to be 4A. We have an unlike term 3B, because this is the like term, because it is a multiple of A. This is another term that is different from A and B. This shows that this is a term, 3B is a term, 4K is a term, 7W is a term, M is a term. I'm using this as assistance. So at this point, let's pick some of these terms using operators as separators. We are using the positive or the negative operators to separate the terms. Okay, let's take 4A plus 3B. This is 4A plus 3B. 4A plus 3B has to do with a term 4A and a term 3B. with a separator positive. This positive separator operator acts as a separator between 4a and 3b because it separates 4a from 3b. That shows that this is an expression. This is a typical mathematical representation of an expression. This is 3b. You can pick 3b 7w again. You have another one. This is an expression. Let's take 4k plus 7w. This is an expression. We can take 7k 7w minus 2n. This is an expression because 4k is a term, 7w is a term, but an operator acts as a separator between 4k and 7w. That shows that we have a positive operator as a separator. The same thing applies to 7w minus 2m. 7w stands as a term, 2m stands as a term, and a negative operator is acting as a separator, making sure there is a difference between 7w and 2m. So at this point, let's briefly look into the concrete aspects of expression. Don't let us rub this off. I'll be making reference to this. Let's assume you are using the same 4a plus 3b. This is the practical and the abstract nature. Comparing these with a concrete aspect, let's assume A happens to be kilogram of chicken. Another one, the B happens to be kilogram of fish. Do you know that we have two things here? Kilograms of chicken, kilograms of fish. That means you are buying each from two different people. It could be the same set of people that you are buying from, but they have a tool called the scale. That scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This scale is the tool that tells us everything about the kilogram. So at this point, you are buying 4 kilos of chicken, or the way we did in the analysis of time in the previous video, and these 4 kilos of chicken. From another seller, 3 kilos of fish. 3 kilos of fish. Now, you want to separate the two. You can't put them together, you have to separate them using a nylon. So, this is the 4 kilo. This is another kilo in another nylon. And you are putting everything in a combined nylon. And there is always a space in between the fish, the nylon of the fish and the nylon of the chicken. That space is acting like a separator that is acting in between the chicken and the fish. That separator now in this form is the operator that is acting like a separator in between the nylon of the fish and the nylon of the chicken. Let's look into the second example. We have 7w minus 2n. This is an expression because this is a negative operator acting on the two terms, which is causing it to be a separator. And this is the combination of 7w being a time and 2m being a time. That makes it to be an expression. You can easily apply any desirable application of the concrete aspect to any of these expressions. So let's look into the combination of expressions. Combination of terms in an expression. When we have decided that we have 4a, 3b, this is another term, this is another term, 4k, this is another term, 7m, this is another term, 2w, this is another term, 8c, this is another term. We have combined 4a plus 3b. We can easily combine any term with the previous term. Let's say you are combining with the same like term minus 2b. This is a like term, the combination of like terms, and also the combination of a separator acting like an operator. So this happens to be 4a based on the analysis of terms we did in the previous video, 3b minus 2b. That means from 3 kilos of chicken, you are giving somebody 2 kilos out of the chicken with the 3 kilos. That simply means you still have 1 kilo with you. That is 1b. Recall that we said our 1b is the same thing as b. We have a 4a plus b. This is the simplification of this expression. And also, let's take, for example, we have 7m plus 8c minus 2m plus 4c. We can see that you have combinations of terms with positive and negative separators at each point of the term. Recall that we said 7m is the same thing as plus, don't forget that. But we don't have to put that now because that's the first term in that expression. So, bringing the like terms together, combination of the like terms, you have to separate the like terms from the other so that you'll be able to simplify the expression. This is 7m. Recall that minus 2m, we are bringing them together. We are bringing 8c together, 8c. This is plus 4c. That means you are simplifying the expression. This is 7 kilos of chicken, 8 kilos of fish, 2 kilos of chicken, 4 kilos of fish. Now, we are bringing the fishes together, the kilograms of chicken together in a compartment, in a confined ladle. So 7m minus 2m, this is it. 8c plus 4c, you are sorting it, plus 8c. This a particular ladle, this is another particular ladle. So 7m minus 2m, you have said that 7 kilos of chicken minus 2 kilos of chicken. You have 7 kilos on the chicken, on the chicken scale, and you are taking off 2 away from the scale. That means you are left with 5 kilos of chicken. Plus, when we have 8 kilos of fish on a scale, you are adding, means positive, 4 kilos of fish to on the scale. That means the total number of kgs of fish you have on the scale gives us what? 12c. That is the simplification of this expression. Thank you.